Barbers, we back at it with another phase of fellowship.
Yeah.
We got my dog Tony Banks. We got Radio Shop Podcast with the owner, the iconic E. We got Ray, my supply guy.
Energy.
What do you say? How do you say? I'm just blessed to see another day. I go by the name of Terror the Barber, and this is Razor Sharp Podcast. Today's guests, we have Success Addict and DJ Cut It in the building. Let's go, people. Let's go. Razor Sharp Podcast. My brother Danny, the Success Addict, reached out to me. He said, I got some stuff I want to talk about, my brother. He said, me and DJ need to just get this conversation going, and we want to have it with you. So I said, let's go. I'm going to send this out to my people right now. Send this out to Danny. And send this out to DJ. Tell them I'm live. Y'all know the vibes, man. We live, we lit, we here, we doing what we do best. And while I'm doing that, let me send this out to peoples. Let me send this to my old liable peoples. Tell them that we love my peoples. Yes, sir. Cut it. Let me accept Danny and DJ. What's good? It's your boy Terror the Barber, Razor Sharp Podcast. DJ Cut is in the building. Success Addicts in the building. Y'all know the vibes. Listen, they got the energy of all energy on the street tonight. So they already know what it's gonna be.
Yes, sir.
Get on
What's up,
Yeah.
my
there.
So
brother?
so
Like
let's send this out to a few people, man, so we can get this audience buzzing real quick.
Yeah, I got a few people that want to chime in, man. My
Okay.
man, Butter by Tweez, he's already in here. My boy knows what time it is.
Well, so you know that we can only put 4 people on screen at one time.
Yeah. So, if anything, I figured it'd be the three of us, so we could just add one person at a time.
Yes, sir. I'm sending this out to mad people right now. Yeah. Y'all doing the same?
What happened?
Y'all sending this out to a few people too or not?
Yeah, let me do that now.
Yeah, let's do that. Send this out. We live. Let them know that we live, baby. I send this out to the max. I want to send it out to 50 people, boy.
Whoa.
How was y'all day though? Y'all good?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
good,
great.
man.
I thought my boy D was gonna be late. He said he needed like 10 more minutes. I didn't think he was gonna be on here on time, but we here.
Oh, well,
Oh,
see, I had a barber that believed that he can fight. He's something like a boxer. So the homie sent him to a boxing gym today. He was just on live getting mixed up.
Oh, that was today.
But that was today. That
wow.
was today, bro. He got mixed up, bro. It's gonna be a rough day for him tomorrow.
Hey,
Yes,
man.
sir. No Clark in the building. Salute. My supply guy in the building. My boy Monty in the building. We got some people. The Rob Blends is in the building. 24 was good. Salute to you.
I
You know
got
what I'm
my guy
saying? Roderick
Dave
in
all
the
the way
building.
from
What's
Canada
up?
in the building.
And you okay?
That's my man Dave. He's all the way from Canada, man. But salute. Yeah, the beard is gone, my brother, but the
Salute
energy's
to
still
that.
here.
Salute. So, but before we get it cracking, let's just do the rundown and let the people know out there. Just run down your credentials and your resume so they can know exactly who's on the lens.
D, I'll let you know first, my brother. I'm trying to get my camera fixed. I heard they can't see my head. They can only see my glasses. I can see myself, but
Okay, well, my name is DJ Cut It. I am a 22-year veteran behind the chair. About 4 or 5 years in the industry, probably 10 with relationships if you count that. I'm a shop owner, man. I'm a business owner. I'm a content creator. I'm an educator. I'm an influencer. I'm an intellectual. Um,
talk that
I
shit.
consider, you know what I'm saying? I consider myself a Renaissance man. Um, and I'm just somebody that loves the game, man. Straight up.
That's what's
Okay,
up. My boy got some accolades there.
I do.
Hey, man. Myself, I'm Danny Moore. They know me as a success addict. This month actually makes 27 years I've been behind my chair. I've been in the field traveling. This is a story that I definitely want to bring up, and that's why I hit my man Terra, because I met you at The
New York City Barber Battle 1.
Yes, sir. What year was that?
2012?
2012, bro. 13 years ago, before the word expo was used.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to get into the history of what this really is because you were there from the beginning. So was I. We still here.
Yep.
So sometimes I feel like certain people need a little bit of a history lesson as well so they understand what it is. And I'm here to give a positive message because clearly I love what I do. I'm 45 years old and I still love what I do. And it's very difficult to find any occupation that 27 years later you still enjoy it. And I love it. I don't just enjoy it. So I just been
Hold on for
hearing
a second.
messages and
Do one of y'all got two phones? Cause I'm hearing an echo.
my phone is off.
I don't have another phone.
Cause when Danny's speaking, I'm getting an echo.
My TV is on, but ain't nothing really on.
No, I don't got nothing else on.
Yeah, cause DJ good, but I'm getting an echo when he talks.
Yeah,
Go
I don't
ahead.
know.
Go ahead.
You
I
good
don't
though?
hear an echo though.
You good?
All right. So once again, 27 years behind my chair, about 15 years in the field. Education is very important to me. Education is key to a lot of different things, but hair shows, trade shows, barber shows, they're all different, you know? And I want to get into the value of it, and I want to talk about how I met Tara 2012, where certain people have their perspectives of what their outcome is going to be when they go to an expo. But when we first started, there was no such thing as an expo. There were IBS Javits Center.
Yeah.
There was Cosmoprof shows that no barbers went to because it was a stylish show, and I didn't learn this until I started working with brands and I got into the field and I understood the demographic of it.
Yeah.
So we also came from the era where one of the original salute to my man Major League Nori. Nori is, in my opinion, one of the original barber battle creators. I
Yeah.
remember competing in Secaucus at the Meadowlands before the one in New York, and I got smoked by Amit Corso from Philly. You know what I mean? And I would have never met him if I didn't go to this barber battle at the Meadowlands. And this was when it first started, bro. Like this was one, because nobody else did it other than Bronner. And we all know
Right.
Bronner was different. Bronner
Right.
wasn't just a barber battle unless
No.
Anders was throwing something on the stage.
Yep.
Bronner put together uh, a show.
A show. Yeah.
So it
Bronner
wasn't
was a
a
whole
thousand
different animal.
dollars. It was 25 racks, you know, and people were winning dough, but they had to put on a show. They had to bring a team. They had to
Yeah.
bring wardrobe. They had to do
Yeah.
hair, and they risked a lot of money. I know people that lost 10 grand or invested 10 grand. I can't say lost, but didn't win and came
Yeah.
back and did the shit again next year.
Yeah.
People don't
Yep.
want to spend $100 to walk into an expo, let alone these people were invested in themselves 15 years ago, before Instagram, before Facebook, before it was something we did now just to brag. No, people did it for the passion. People
Yeah.
did it because they really loved it. And that's where it started. And then from it starting there, where certain people are saying, oh, you're in a barber battle, competing next to each other, on top of each other. That's how it was, bro. That's how it all started. We didn't have barber battles in convention centers. We weren't big enough. We
Right.
were having barber battles in clubs.
Yep.
And
Straight
that's
up.
what we knew. And it worked.
It was
I
Park
did the
Avenue.
Exotic Hair Battle Tour for 7 years plus, and we did a whole lot of nightclubs, bro. And we had a whole lot of great times. I built a
Dallas.
whole lot of great relationships.
Dallas was one of the most lit locations. It was Park Avenue nightclub, Dallas, Texas,
Yes,
baby.
bro. You know what I mean? Like we created
It was
history. And
so
truth,
lit that I went to the one in Denver, and it was in a hotel convention, and I remember asking Boom and Curtis like, "Bro, what's this?" And he's like, "Oh, y'all so used to Dallas. Like this is how most of them are. Dallas is
Yeah.
an anomaly." I was like, "Oh, okay."
but that's kind of
Yeah,
where it all came from because from battling in the major league battles, and then he was the only one at the Javits Center that was having barber battles there. You know what I mean? But the only place where barbers could be around barbers was Bronner.
yeah, that's a
That's
fact.
it. So we all went to Bronner, like all of us. And I remember my first year there. I want to say I saw you there that year too, Tara.
Yep.
And it changed my life, let alone my perspective on what expos were. And once again, that word still was not used. That was the
Nope.
Bronner Brother Hair Show.
Hair show.
So, me personally, I did my first barber battle after doing the New York one. And reason why I did mine was I remember hitting him up and I asked him, I wanted to do a tag team. I never saw two barbers cut one person. And he's like, oh, bro, that's a great idea. If you do it, you're going to win. I said, yeah. He said, whoa. And he's like, I can't do it. If anything, I'll make it a category next year. We'll do it from there. I was like, please, bro, don't steal my idea. How about this? I don't even want your trophy. How much is it to enter the battle? He said $100 each. I'll send you 200 right now. Disqualify me right now. I just want to compete and do it in front of the world in New York City. We the
Yep.
Mecca, bro. I don't care what anybody says. We the Mecca. No disrespect. And everybody wants to come to New York, bro. I don't care. Nobody wants to go to Oklahoma, bro. Stop playing.
We don't desire New York at all out here, bro.
So once again, and we talking before Instagram, before Facebook. This was New York, Times Square, you
Right.
know? So I just wanted to do something about it. And I was supposed to get on stage with the freestyle. He was supposed to start at 7. We didn't start the battles till like 9, 10 o'clock, bro. Remember
Yep.
that?
Yep. Late.
Freestyle got on at 10, 12:30. He oversold it and wouldn't let me get on stage with the freestyle. Made me get on with the face-off. I got on stage at 1:30 in the morning.
Was that late?
Yes, bro. I will never forget this. 1:30 in the morning, half the crowd was gone. So the main reason I did this, you just killed it. So what did Kamal do to me? You put a little battery pack in me, and now let me do one of these things, and let me do it different. So I'm a sneaker dude, clearly, and I've been going to sneaker cons forever. So I did the first Barber sneaker battle in New
Yep.
Jersey.
Yep. Yep.
Remember who my judges were? Jay Major before
Yep.
the Expo. Curtis before the tour.
Mm.
Kenny Duncan when he had hair.
I get it.
And you can go on YouTube right now. You will find that. It's called the
It's
East
there.
Coast Barber Sneaker Battle, my brother. You know what I mean? This
Yep.
is history. And this was one of the first battles that felt good. There were guys in there. There were girls in there. We had people performing in there. We had food in there. Small place in a club. But the outcome and the energy changed the demographic of what this was. Because Curtis hits me up 2 months later. I was like, yo, bro, I love the concept. I want to do a tour. Would you want to be a part of it? If not, you mind if we run with the idea? Bro, there's no way you're running with my idea without me. Let's go. We hit 92 cities, my brother, in 7 years.
Wow.
7 years. So when people talk about hosting shows, I've hosted a lot of barber battles in my lifetime, let alone just the tour, you know? So from the tour, it was barber battles. There was never education. We decided to create an educational seminar before the battle.
Yep.
And then it went from just barbers teaching how to cut hair to Kurt, let me speak to the barbers. They're all teaching a fade. I want to teach them business. I want to inspire them. I want to motivate them. So I would go there and I gave him my story. And then DL comes on tour with us. And DL started telling his story. That brother Chico Boom. I remember meeting him, bro, coming off a tour bus, looking like a rapper with a whole entourage. And now look at him. He's running a whole huge clipper company, my brother. And if he didn't come to that barber battle, he would have never met Kurt. We would have never met. He would have never figured out that there was bigger and better things other than just being behind that chair, bro.
That's
So
a
when
fact.
there's people on the internet saying they don't understand why you need to be there, you're the people I talk about at hair shows. And ask DJ, he'll tell you. I ask how many people in this room got people that work with them that think they don't need to be here. People that tell them they don't understand why you need to be here. Then it ain't your business to understand, bro. I'm here to do something. I got a goal, and it's going to work for me. And I'm a firm believer. First they ask you why, then they ask you how you did that shit. I did it by doing what you told me I shouldn't be doing.
By being in the room.
I
So
hate when someone's giving an
yeah.
opinion. You got an opinion? Fine. But it's not factual, my brother. I am stating facts. I've been here. I'm still here. And look at the energy from me. It's 9 o'clock at night, my brother. I love this shit, man. So this is why I needed to get on this live with you, bro, because I needed to talk my talk, man.
That's the fact. I mean, you got to be in the room, bro, because that's a good place for Danny to stop. Meeting Boom, bringing DL Boom, because that's the era that I run into all of them in. And that's probably about 15 years ago now. And that's when my relationship starts with them. 6 years ago, DL came down to my little town and did a consult for me before I did my shop remodel, before I bought into ownership of the shop. I had been there 14 years as a barber with my guy Trey anyway. So DL came down and did a consult for us. Then when we did the remodel and did the grand reopening, he came and hosted it for us. We'll do 20 years in November. He'll come back for us this November. at the same time, around that time is when I meet Boom. I meet Boom I like to tell people pre-menswear Boom. Like me and Danny know Boom as the Chico with the gold, with the hat, he's the Chico from South Florida. Now
Yep.
he's Dr. Ivan Suarez. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I love that growth for him. But that was a good point for him for Danny to make, because I had been to, I think, 2 hair battles before that, but the one that I seen Boom at was the one that I really connected with because I had been to prison. So I had heard like Danny's story, and I like Danny. I love Danny. You know what I'm saying? It's super inspiring, and I love it, but it wasn't like my story. Now there's this dude standing in front of me that went to prison, but he's standing up here, and he's clearly very well spoken. He's got this shit going on. So now I'm really listening, and now every time they come into Dallas, I'm here. Fast forward years later, I take my SMP course. Oh, I meet Angel there. All the same era. I meet all these guys, bro. It's not for 10 years that I even try to even think about coming into the industry side. And that was just because them same guys was like, hey, bro, you should. I take a class with Angel, and Angel was like, you need to get in front of the camera, not just hold the camera. I'm holding the camera all the time for Danny. And now here in the last year or two, it's like, yeah. We talking. And just this weekend, he was talking. I'm crying because Jimmy just got to telling his story. I'm over on the side trying to get myself together. And Danny introducing me basically and giving me the mic to speak to these people that premiere. None of this happens if I'm not in the room, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was in the room genuinely as a student. In my first 10 years of going, I'm not going to get on. Like, there's plenty of years that I've seen Danny. I never was like, how do I get on? How do I get on? It wasn't a thing to me. I'm from Lawton, Oklahoma, bro. I ain't thinking about getting on. I'm thinking about getting this game. I'm thinking about getting all the game that I can from a motherfucker from New Jersey, from Jacksonville, from New York, from LA, from all these places. Because if I can get just a little bit of all of this and bring it to my little town, I'm going to be the fucking man. And I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which is why now I've had to grow outside of my place. I ain't gonna say outgrown my state, but people in the industry, if you hear Oklahoma at this point, you're gonna think of me, bro. If you know me, that's gonna be the first thing come up. I've had Kenny hit me and be like, hey, if I send somebody to you on a game day, could you go? I'm like, I'm an hour and a half from the city. But you thought of me when you heard Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? None of that happens if I'm just on the internet, bro. I could never tell people not to go to a show. Now, do I understand Cole's point of view? Sure. You don't really go to shows a lot, and your entry into the space is wanting to be at an educated level. You're obviously not getting the response that you're looking for. This is kicking up a whole bunch of shit. Hey, man, I'm not in disagreement with. I would love a Black-centered expo. I just don't want to deal with the bullshit that's gonna come with it. If we're gonna do it, let's do it right. What he was talking about on your podcast, all facets of it are correct. Yes, we should be able to celebrate ourselves. Yes, we need to be able to hold ourselves accountable. Yes, there needs to be some unity on our side in the Black community. Yes, we need to be able to connect with these guys to say, hey man, you need to come to these expos. Because if the young niggas don't trust us and they feel like we all scamming for clipper companies, no, they're not gonna come. But if they hear these genuine stories, if they really get to see me, if they really get to see Danny, and they getting out there, they like, oh, okay. Oh, when I stopped and said, what's up? They stopped and talked. Like, I don't think the people that don't come to the expos, I don't think they really understand how much interaction actually goes on at the expos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about, yeah, I know there's always this thing like, oh, these guys be acting Hollywood, and I've never seen it personally. Because when I'm at expos and I'm walking past you, what you doing, Tara? You talking to somebody. When I'm walking past Danny, what you doing? You talking to somebody. There's plenty times that me and Danny been at the same show with different gigs and just see each other and just maybe get 10 minutes of an 8-hour day to talk.
Yeah.
Then there's other weekends like we're together so much that I wake up and be like, what's up, bro? You good? Your vibe off today. You know what I'm saying? Like, but none of this happens if we're not in the room, bro. I don't even really meet you, Tara, and really get a vibe from you. And really, I can see you on here all day, and you like, yeah, Raise the Shaw podcast. Da, 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 da. I don't know if you prepped yourself up to be that way. You know what I'm saying? For this 30 minutes, 45 minutes, this hour. But when I see you, and it's a 8 hour day and hour 7.5, you still like, all right, DJ, man, I'm good seeing you, bro. We're gonna see you again. Da-da-da. Nigga, you can't fake no 8 hours of energy.
No, sir.
That ain't how that shit work, bro. This ain't we're not actors, we're barbers. You're not faking that. But if I
So
don't eat in the room, I can't see that from you.
so listen, we all here because our history is these hair shows. And from these hair shows, we have all came together and created these relationships one way or another. We always in passing, there's always love, it's always genuine. But we working, right?
Right.
And we
Yeah, put it in
working
water.
for whatever brand, for whatever company. And a lot of times these barbers is feeling like what was stated was, oh, they Hollywood. They not Hollywood. There's times that people are working. You don't know how much effort and time it takes into what they do. Like Brandy stated that there's times that she don't get to eat, and there's times that she's
Listen,
on
listen, I
stage and
got a story.
she's moving.
Listen,
And
I
when
got
she
a
do
story.
get something to eat, somebody
Got
want to take a picture, and it's like,
I got a
oh, I'm
story.
sorry, but I'm just trying to get something to
I'm
eat real
trying to
quick to get
listen.
some nourishment.
Listen. This is before I get on the educator side of shit, right? I
Uh huh.
see Angel Ross. We in, I think in Texas somewhere. I think we at Rick's show. We in San Antonio.
Hmm.
And I'm like, hey, Angel, like, let's go get something to eat. And I'm like, cool, it's a food truck right there. He like, nah, let's go get something to eat.
Away from this.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm still so enthralled with shows, right? I'm like, why the fuck do you want to leave, bro? You tripping? He like, bro, because we're not gonna get to eat. I'm like, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm telling the homie, Danny wasn't there, but I told him the story. I told the homie straight up, I was like, nigga, you ain't famous, nigga, chill out.
Yeah.
He like, bro, I'm trying to explain to you. So we walking towards the door as this goes. This is might be a 2 minute walk, bro. It's 20 minutes of people being like, Angel, can I ask you this? Angel, let me get a picture. Angel, 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 Angel. By the time we finally get to the door, he turned to me. He was like, bro, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta be back in 35 minutes. No, I shit. I'm gonna end up being late. And,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like, oh, he's trying to be Hollywood. I just happened to see it in real life, in person. And
Yep.
so I've said that to people like, hey man, you gotta be aware that companies are paying us to be here. We do want to give you as much information as we can, but we also have a job to do here. And if my job, like Premier Orlando Premier, I had barbers that traveled with me there that I did not get a chance to talk to really at all because I'm shooting for Danny, I'm shooting for this lady named Ronique, and I'm shooting for JRL. And I need videos for all three people in the morning. I need this, I need that. I ain't got time to be, yeah, homie, this is a good vibe, ain't it? Sometimes you are busy working.
Yep.
I'm not
Now,
even
what
I'm not
about
even
those?
used to people stopping me yet. Danny can tell you that we be walking and people be like, it's medicine if you take it, and I still turn red, bro. I'm not really even used to the oh yeah, man, yeah, you know, man, yeah, I'm trying to give you this game with you. I still be like, I appreciate it, man. I'm
Mhm.
just doing the best we can do.
Now,
I don't really know what to say to that.
what about those barbers out there that's gonna say, "Well, tough cookies. This was y'all signed up for. I bought a
Oh,
ticket
hold up,
to
because
get.
we're
Hold
not.
on, hold on, hold
Yeah,
on.
okay.
I bought a ticket to come here. I'm paying because you want a flyer, and I want to see you, and I want you on 1,000 every day. I want you on 1,000 every time I see you,
No problem.
because
You
that's what
say
I paid for.
no. Hey, I
And
got you. And we're here to do
DJ
what
is
we're
full
here to do
proof.
what we paid for. You paid for the class to see me, right? So I taught my class. Nigga, you didn't pay for no access for me after that. That's a personal decision for me. There's plenty of educators that teach their class and leave on your ass and don't even be part of the expo because that ain't what I got paid for. But most
Okay.
of us don't do that. So if you come to me like you feeling entitled to my personal time after I get through holding the camera or get off a stage, that vibe may be met with some other energy. But most time it's not even like that in this space because, like I said before, I ain't no super tough guy, and me and Danny don't none of this. None of my friends pretend to be some gangster ass guys, but there's nothing in our personal energy they even say press me about attention. You know what I'm
So
saying? Because
why
I'm
should
gonna
I
be
come to the hair show though? If you gonna act like that, why do I need to come to the hair show? I come to see the people that I see on social media, all
we
y'all that's on
here.
stage, and
We
y'all
here to
getting this
see you.
check and y'all these
Can
big
I
willies.
answer
So
that though?
what?
Can I answer
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I feel like DJ answered that, and I don't know if you guys understood it the right way, or he said it the wrong right didn't the right way. But perfect example. This Monday, we were just in Columbus, Ohio for premiere, and DJ went to bed early. I went to the after party because connecting at the hair show is one thing. But for the relationships I've built in the lobby, relationships I've built at the after party, relationships I've built at the bar, at the lobby, after the convention center, have turned even more valuable than the ones I got in the room. Because when you're in the room, you're moving so fast.
That's a
And
fact.
DJ's with me, bro, and I'm bouncing from class to stage, from stage to class, from here to there. And I'm not trying to blow you off to be a dick. I'm blowing you off because I got to be up here in 15 minutes. My anxiety's already out the roof. I got to make sure all my shit is together. I cut myself in the last class. Nobody even realized. Like, there be so much wild shit going on that nobody sees. Like, bro,
Yeah,
DJ be with me,
yeah,
bro. And I've been
yeah.
doing this a long time by myself, and nobody sees it. So the fact that he's with me, even Kenny said it. He said one of the best things that ever happened to me is I have DJ that's able to now show the world what I really do. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, as DJ, bro, we were just in Columbus, Ohio. I work a room, bro. I don't do my class and leave. I do my class. I talk to every single person. I take every single picture. I give every single advice. I give out my DM. They can reach me later. I walk around the showroom floor. I walk up and down every single aisle, bro.
Yep.
I shake every single hand, my brother. When we walk out of there, I shake every single hand, my brother. And for me doing that, my first trade show was at Bronner Brother 2012, and I was on the end of stage because my brother Kenny Duncan got me up there. And that shit put a fire in me like, bro, I want to do this one day. But once again, being an educator isn't the only reason you go to these shows. I got my man that just won the Barber Battle in Ohio. I know he's on here. My bro, leave a comment so Tara can tap you in here.
I mean, the
And
first 10 years of me going to shows, I didn't go to be an educator, bro. I went with the expectation of one piece of information that I could take back. That was always my thing. I would
Uh-huh.
tell the guys, like, I just need one piece of game, bro. If I can go back with one piece of game, I know I'm going to be one step ahead of whoever else did not show up.
there
Because,
goes my boy Butter by Trees. My bad. That's my man Butter by Trees. Tap him in here.
Yeah,
So
brother, hit that. Let me see. Okay.
So when
Hit
people
that
are
camera
saying it's
again if
not
you can.
important to come to these shows and they don't understand why we're battling, whenever I host a barber battle, I tell people, just because you're battling don't mean you're gonna win. Not everybody can win, but y'all all winners to me because y'all all had the guts to come do this. And they say that the trophy don't mean nothing, the battle don't mean nothing. Nah, it really does, bro. Because years ago, my brother Kenny Duncan got on with the Andis company because he won a barber battle at Bronner for Andis. You
but
That
know,
was 20
and
years ago.
hold up,
but
hold up, hold
yeah,
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's just stop there because they're gonna say, "Well, that's the old way to get on," and that may
it
be true.
was.
And that was the old way to get on. But we're talking about what it means right now, right? So let the young man that just won a barber battle tell you what it meant to him.
Exactly. So now I got my brother right here. I told him to chime in. He won the barber battle. He flew from Detroit to Ohio with his team and the energy they had. My boy almost tripped on the stage and everything. But look at that smile. This is the shit I'm talking about. So I want
This
you,
is
and
a
this is the
haircut
young
high.
brother. These are the young barbers. This is the new that these older barbers, I need y'all to give the right message. If you have your opinion, keep it to yourself, bro. Stop telling guys like this they shouldn't be at shows. Stop telling guys like this winning that trophy don't mean nothing. Talk that talk, my boy. Tell them how you felt after winning that.
Yo, brother, hold on for 1 second. First of all, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
How long you been cutting?
I've been cutting for 5 years, 10th grade year.
Okay, how many hair shows have you been to?
One. My
What
first, my first
first show? What made you go to that show?
click and cut. He's been begging me to attend hair shows and barber expos, but it all comes down to a mindset and the knowledge that you have. So I was like, man, I'm not about to go there. It ain't gonna do nothing but just take my bread. Like it ain't really nothing I can gain from it. So it's all a mindset at the end of the day. But after that one, man, like emotions were so high. Like it felt like rage, but like a happy rage. It felt like joy, it was fire, it was excitement, it was confusion, it was surprise. I was like, bro, like this can't be happening right now. Like when I was recording, when he was getting ready to call first place, I was recording, I'm in my head like, man, I had fun. So even if I did win, it's cool. But I heard my number be called. I was so in shock, I done threw my phone. Somebody had to come bring me my phone. I ran up, I tripped up the stairs, I went to go hug Danny. I feel like I was about to pick Danny up. Like, man, I was just so excited. I was so excited. It was just it's something that words can't explain. You really gotta be there to understand. You really
Come
gotta
on,
be
man.
there to understand. So
So, question is, will this be your last hair show?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely
So,
not.
how do you feel? How did you feel going back into school, and how do you feel here going on by winning that? Was how important was that? How life changing was that for you personally?
It was. It's like some words can't explain. Like I felt like I was elevated. Like Mr. Sands, he talked about this a lot. Like now I have the leverage. How do I use this leverage? You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see it. Like people like, yeah, man, that's the champ right there. That's the champ. Hey, you a celebrity, man. You about to be a celebrity. So just hearing all these praises from people is like, dang, this is actually real. Like that wasn't a dream. This actually happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy
So
feeling. I can't even
let me
explain
ask
it.
you though, before the battle though, when you first got into the venue, was there booths? Was there vendors? Was there a whole bunch of things going on? Tell us the setup.
So absolutely, as soon as you walked in, where I walked in, you seen like Coco, Wall. There was a bunch of shear companies, and then also I wanna add on to this. I had seen some shears that I liked, and I picked them up. Well, I asked if I could pick them up, and I'm using them, and I'm using them the correct way. And the owner, he just looked at me, seeing my name tag, and he's like, man, you're the first student I've ever seen use shears the correct way with just the thumb. He gave me his card. Hey man, whenever you're ready, give me a call. And I was like, what? Just because I use shears the correct way? So it's just the connections. You have to be in the room. And that was something Click and Cut was trying to tell me all the time. Because I use shears the correct way. If I didn't cut no hair, I was in there for 10 minutes. And I got a card for a business proposition? Come on, man.
Call that man, bro. Make sure you follow up with that man.
Yes, sir.
I will.
Make sure
I
you
will.
follow up with that
I
man.
will.
Those are
Those
how
are
the
actually my
opportunities
guys.
happen.
I work with them. They're from Canada, man, and I met them years ago at a trade show, and
Oh,
they
he's at the
mentioned
Castro
you to
booth.
me.
He's at the Castro booth.
Yeah, yeah, he's Kasha. That's what I'm saying, bro. Small circle, my brother. Like DJ met them through me. I met them working at a trade show in Chicago with Andis, and it's a company I work for now. Those are the only shears I use now. You know what I mean? And it would never happen if I was not in the room, my brother.
Yeah.
So what
So
else
So
about the show?
my question, Butter, is outside of winning the battle, what other value did you gain from the show?
Yeah.
Because that's the big question. That's the
it's
big thing.
just
People are like,
just the connections and knowledge alone. Like I got to meet Jimmy Fades, Poppy Blends, you know what I'm saying? Just those people, and then Cuts by G, he was there. So I'm meeting all these people, and then I'm real big on facials and the esthetician
Butter,
work. I
look,
really love doing that type of
they
stuff.
said,
Read,
Butter.
read the comment right there. My brother, shout out to my brother Jay Major. DM him. He's gonna send you some clippers.
My God, I appreciate that, Jay Majors. I got you for sure. That's a man, just
Get him hype right now. Get that boy hype right now. You heard? Let him know when the general come on and the general say, I got you. That's what it is, bro. Let's
Come
stop
on,
playing
bro.
games like we don't know what it is, man.
Come on, bro. Come
Listen,
See
on,
what
bro.
I'm saying? This
do
is
I have to
why,
say
bro. I
anymore?
called Tara yesterday and I was like, Tara, we need to do this shit, bro, because I love this shit and I want to give the right message to the barber community because, once again, opinions are opinions. This shit is facts. This is factual, my brother. And you
Yeah.
got every age group. I'm 2 decades above this young man. You know what I'm saying? But watching him and seeing that, I was like, I need you to talk your talk, bro, because he's not going nowhere no time soon. And if he didn't attend that day, and this wasn't even a barber expo, this was a hair show
This was a hair show
that's
with a student
predominantly
barber
women
battle.
with a lot of education, but also an opportunity that I was blessed to get from going to expos, working with other brands, being in the room, shaking hands, building relationships. I now work for 3 major brands in this industry. And when you see me at Premiere, I'm not there working for a brand. I'm working there for my brand, me.
Yes.
And the brands that I work with, I piggyback them with me and still market everything because we all win together, my brother. And
Which is
opportunities
how which
just
is
don't
how
stop.
exactly. Which is how I end up being able to be on the stage because I work for JRL. He worked for Andis. If Andis was sending him, Danny could not be like, yeah, this is my boy DJ and put me on that stage. That's not a possibility. You
Nope.
see what I'm saying? So even the way that you get to show up to shows, even the fact that Danny gets to show up to shows being booked under his personal brand, which is a very difficult. Let me talk about that for a second. I don't think barbers in this day and age, I understand the personal brand is a thing, right? But building a personal brand to be valuable to the entire industry is a very, very difficult thing to do. You can't name but maybe 5 or 6 barbers themselves that outside of the companies that they work with, you will pay them thousands of dollars to show up because you know the draw is going to be that big. I
Yeah.
don't know that many. You know what I'm saying? So like Bobby said in here, he was quoting Kenny. Like we need to manage the expectations. So I don't want people to think that, oh man, the minute I like what this man is going through was real. But he also doesn't think he's going to be on stage teaching another 45-year-old next year on the stage at CT Expo. You know what I'm saying? But
Good.
he understands the value of being in the room.
Listen,
It's go ahead.
sorry about that, D, right? But all it takes is one opportunity. I say this all the time, right? When you have a 2, 3 day event, I tell all these new barbers that's first time going to a hair show, I'm gonna tell you guys my secret. The first day you go, you gotta just scout it out. See what vendors is there that's selling products that may not have somebody there cutting hair or using their product the right way to sell it. The next day, the first day you speak to them, hey, I like your product. I see what you got going on. I see you don't have representation there that I can sell more product for you. Do you mind if I come tomorrow? I bring my clippers and I can cut at your booth. Just give me some space. While you able to sell the product, I'm using the product. I'm gonna do some haircuts. You're gonna get your content. I've seen it numerous times. I've done it myself. I go to Barber Brothers for the 3 days. The first day I'm scouting out to see what's going on. The next day I got my clippers. I'm gonna be set up. I'm gonna go to somebody who don't have a barber and I'm gonna make it work. All you need is one opportunity, and a lot of times y'all want to be given it. Sometimes you got to go and take it. Sometimes you got to have the opportunity there for you, but you're not even open to be there to get the opportunity. So when I say to you, you have like the last Barner Brothers in Georgia, I was with Smoke and Mirrors Barbershop, and my brother Jay Reed, he was in the audience, and they said, "Who want to do the rest of this haircut?" It was a barber that was working, and he was cutting, but he said, "Who want to finish off this haircut?" He took it upon himself to go up there. You know, most people they're gonna be afraid to have so many eyes on them. He took it upon himself to do it, and then he created a connection from that. And I said, make sure you follow through because you never know the next time that they come into town and they need somebody. The fact that you stepped up right then and there is the opportunity that you need.
So
But
let
you
me tell you.
have to be
So let
in
me
the
let me tell you,
building.
Butter. Let me tell you, Butter. The moral of that story that he's telling you is sometimes Danny finna say this because I can see it in
Yeah,
his
yeah,
mind.
yeah. You already know I'm
Sometimes
saying.
you got to do the work for free at first in order to get paid. So this is how I end up traveling with Danny. I've known Danny, right? But I'm actually in Jacksonville with another friend of ours named Angel Rawls. I'm kicking in with Angel. We going to a barber show. The year before, Danny had just won Educator of the Decade at CT Expo. But we're at this whole different show. Everybody got these cameramen, and Danny don't got no cameraman. He about to go up and teach. And I'm like, I'm asking Angel, I'm like, damn, ain't nobody shooting for Danny? The man that just won Educator of the Decade at our biggest barber show. Nobody with these cameras around here is shooting for this guy. He's like, no, nobody. I go grab my mic, slap it on Danny. I'm like, hey, bro, go ahead. He's like, all right, cool. I shoot his class. That night, I break it down to about 10, 15 clips, send it to him overnight. He wakes up the next day. He's like, hey, from here on out, when I go to do these things, I need you with me. I did that work just because, man, I love how Danny speaks. I love the passion. It wasn't a lot of hard work. I wasn't doing anything at night. I'm old now, bro. I don't party. So when we got back to Angel House at night, I just edited up them videos. It wasn't a big deal to me. But doing that work for free is what opened the door for me to be traveling 4 times a year for sure to these premieres, to meet these other companies, to even see that you. I had to get on the plane, so I didn't see you win. But I watched the whole thing. I was right there, and as soon as I got on the plane, Danny was like, "Bro, you got to see this video." I had to wait till I got off the plane, and when I got on, I was like, "Damn, that little skinny nigga, I was knocked your ass over." You know what I'm saying? So just even watching that video, you can see the passion in it, bro. And so, man, keep going, bro. I'm glad you're having this great experience. I want you to keep sharing the value of what you experienced with people, whether you do it online or not, with the people
Right.
that's in your school. You know what I'm saying? The people that actually touch your hands that you can say, yes, bro, you should go to this next one. Or, hey, let's save our money and go to CT next year. Let's do this. Let's do that. Because now that I've gotten some of my barbers to go, I got 14 barbers. Right now, I'm at 5 going to shows now. They're like, hey, when's the next one? Hey, when's the next one? Like, they was asking about Premier Ohio, and I had to explain to them, like, hey, Ohio's gonna be a lot different than Orlando. It's not gonna be what you thinking. You know what I'm saying? So just even having to coach them through that. But man, it's getting late for me. I'm gonna have to go to bed here in a second. So,
Oh man.
man, you know, man, bro, man, my day starts at 2:30 up here when I'm at home, bro.
Oh
Like
yeah, he's different, bro.
yeah,
He's
bro.
different. I'm an early bird, but he's different.
Yeah, you know, I don't, bro. I will get up, work out, cook breakfast, talk to my wife, have a morning, shoot some content, take a nap, and wake back up, and it'd be 8 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like my grind, my schedule is different. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to
So
get on here and
what
tell us. Go ahead.
what what do you because we like skimmed over the whole thing with Cole, right? And I think that we need to push it forward where we're not talking about the divide, but more of us coming together, right?
Well,
We could
I
get
did a live
steam.
about that this morning. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
But
I did
but
a live
between
yeah,
me and
about this
you,
morning.
that's why I didn't even mention divide. I came on here to talk about the importance of being at expos. I don't care what color we look like, bro. The passion don't got a color, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't mean nothing to me. The
True,
message
true.
that
But
I'm
listen,
trying to
hold on, hold
give
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
is anybody telling me that you shouldn't be going to barber shows,
Yeah.
battling isn't important. Like that's the message that I'm here to answer. That other
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah,
subject,
yeah, yeah.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want
for
to
sure.
touch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
Because
sure.
it's a
For
sensitive
sure.
subject. Everybody got their opinion, but that's
For
not
sure.
why I brought this to light. I brought this to
Yeah.
light because this young man just won some shit, and the thing I saw yesterday bothered me. And as soon as I
Yeah.
saw it, I commented. As soon as I saw, I hit DJ up because we had this conversation all weekend, and I told him, I said, "Bro, I'm not gonna touch this shit. It's none of my business. I don't want to get involved."
Yeah.
Until I read that, and I said, "No, I want to
I
get
gotta say
involved."
something. Right.
And
So
I called you, and I called my
yeah,
man right here because I
yeah.
wanted to spread a positive message.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So I did mention Cole because that's kind of where the whole thing started from with that
Yeah.
post, right? And I'm not just going to gloss over that. My thing is, like I said this morning, there are 3 parts to this conversation based on that. It was the conversation that the Latino community is having internally, which I don't know because I'm not part of that. The conversation that black barbers are having internally, which is how do we reach young men like this to make him see that, hey, if we say, hey, bro, we're going to be at a show, there's going to be value there to make that connection so that we can say, hey, y'all, instead of us wondering if there's representation of black people at shows and all these other questions, there is. There's the question. There's the unity of us coming to more shows. Like I said in the live, it's the macro version of I have to love myself in order to love everybody else
Yes,
correctly.
sir.
It's not about divide. It's not an and. It's not an either or thing. It's an and thing. Like there's no way that none of this shit happens if we not together. There is no fucking culture that we have right now that this young man is getting to witness. We were around Tara and Danny for the beginning of this. Curtis Smith was standing next to Jay Majors. There's thousands of pictures at the beginning of all of this version of the culture that we're looking at where everybody was black and brown. Period. The minute we get away from that, we are fucked in the barber industry. I'm gonna just be
Absolutely.
honest. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have a Latino barber battle where there's Spanish music and taco trucks and blah 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 blah, blah and man, we gonna love that shit. But that also doesn't mean we can't have a black barber battle where there's soul food trucks and Frankie Beverly and Mays and rap playing because we gonna love that shit too.
And black people love tacos too.
Exactly. And
Black
Mexican
black
and
people love
Latino people
tacos,
love soul
and we gonna
food.
be there.
And bro, we love soul food too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the
So that
demographic is barbers.
is
So
barbers.
once again,
But
there's no reason to
I just know
separate
that
anything. It's
I just know
about
that yeah,
trying to
I
bring
just
us
know
all
that
in
we
the
don't
same room together.
operate. I just know our industry doesn't operate in a vacuum. And right now it's probably the most racially tense time we've had in a long time in the country.
And it's
So
the
we
wrong
can't
time,
act
yeah.
like it's not gonna leak into what we got going on. What I
Yes.
keep saying is the fact that our community is so small, We don't have to try to solve society's ills. We just have to make sure that we are still approaching each other with love. That's it, bro. That's really it. The same way I approach Cole with love. He may say some shit I don't like, and I will directly address him, text him in our group chat, or call him and be like, "Hey, bro, this wasn't. I didn't like this," and we'll have a conversation. Same way, it has to be had with somebody. Somebody has to have these conversations. Somebody has to have the love to reach out and say, "Hey, bro, this is that." I spent all weekend talking with basically all my Latino barber brothers about the black side of the whole conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And not once was it a man, fuck that. Hell no. Y'all niggas did it. It wasn't none of that, bro. So the shit that you seeing online that seems to be a pushback, that shit is online. Just like all other troll shit be online. Cause when you come in the room, like what we talking about, this young man was in the room. That Butter, did you see some type of division when you was in front of that stage, bro? When you was
At
listening to
all.
us talk?
Not at all.
Man, come on, bro. Jimmy talked about his parents helping him through the hardest part in his life. Nigga, I broke down crying. Jimmy, a little white boy from Ohio. I'm crying, bro. You know what I'm saying? At a barber show. Man, because the passion, like Danny just said, once you get to the passion part, bro, it's not a cultural difference when it comes to the passion. That's just the truth. When it comes to barbering, saving people's lives, whether it's from poverty, whether it's from criminal past, whether it's from paralysis, depression, whether it's from whatever the circumstance, bro, there's so many people that connect with that phrase, barbering changed my life or barbering saved my life.
Definitely
It's
did.
more than
Bro,
cutting hair.
that
It's
that
way more than
part
cutting
that
hair.
part transcends race. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This
Yo,
industry
Butter,
changing
man,
in people's life, that should be.
before we get Butter off, do you got anything to say, my brother?
I'm just very thankful. And Danny, you did not lie. I had rewatched the video. It was like he gonna be hot all week off this. Bro, I think it's about to be all year, bro. Like, oh my gosh, man. I'm just very thankful.
That's what's up,
Very,
bro.
very grateful, man. And it's more to come. It's more to
Well,
come.
I will say this too, brother. I don't know your financial situation, but I have been blessed with an extra ticket to LV Expo. It's an extra ticket. If you can find your way out there, hit me up before you come, bro. I got the ticket for you. Get access right on in. Hit up
That's
J
love.
Major too, based about them Clippers, and I seen
I
somebody else
got
say
you.
something about a product. So go through this thread before it's over with, and make sure you
And hit the
see everybody
screenshots.
that asked you to reach out. Make sure you reach out, bro.
I
Yo,
got
Butter,
you. Thank
make sure you
you.
follow me on Radio Shop Podcast, my brother, because I definitely want
Uh,
to do. I want to do a highlight on you. I definitely want photos or videos that you got because what my job is right now is I'm trying to gravitate toward the younger generation of barbers because we need you guys to be amplified and magnified as high as possible. So definitely hit me up. And I definitely want to get Prince on because I see Prince in the background. So before we get up out of here, Prince been doing a lot of work, been
All right,
putting a
I'm gonna
lot of
stick around for
content.
Chris for a
So we're gonna
second
get
because I
that boy
like
up on there. So make sure you hit that camera button real quick, Prince. Don't act like you know. Let's get him
it.
on here real quick.
All
Hype
right,
is
All
in the
right, bro.
building
You take it
also. So
easy,
oh,
man.
salute,
yeah.
brother. We thank you,
Butter,
my brother. Sister,
congratulations, my
salute to
brother.
you.
Thanks for
Barber
chiming
love.
in, bro.
As
Appreciate you.
well. No problem.
And if we got 5 minutes, my man Roderick is down here somewhere in the comments. I definitely that's his teacher, Roderick. And I met Roderick at Brown and Brothers 2011, 2012. So he got a little message he wants to say too. So if you got
Yeah,
2 minutes,
Roger,
go
hit
ahead.
that camera button, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely appreciate you guys for coming on board and we kept it positive because it's nothing but positivity and you guys are all positive men that's out here doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Roger is coming on in a second. And he goes to all of the shows, not just the black shows, not the Spanish shows, but all shows,
My brother,
cosmetology and
he
everything.
he he is a Naha winner. I say it again, Naha winner. People don't win
But
shit at
hold up.
Naha. He
But
did.
but
My
Danny,
brother
but
Roderick,
listen,
welcome, bro. Look at that
listen.
smile.
But that
Look, and
listen, listen,
he's
listen.
been
I can't
around
take
longer
it.
than
But hold
me,
up,
and
hold
he
up.
still got the same passion I got.
That's one of the disconnects that the young barbers don't know. They don't even know what Naha is. Remember I told you that? Remember when you introduced John in some content 2 years ago, you was like, Naha winner. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And you was like, what? And I was like, damn, my bad, bro. And I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? So break down, sir, because I'm about to have to go to bed because I'm tired, as you can see.
No, no, listen. Hey, shame on y'all for having it at 9 o'clock at night. What the fuck is
We
going
off
on?
This
this
is when
shit.
barbers are
Hey,
off, man. I know I'm
hey,
old, but I figured
I
hey,
just
we
got
could
Danny,
use
off.
it this time. You can't
Hey,
get them on
DJ,
at
I'm
5 o'clock.
thinking
You're still
myself like
making money.
DJ, like I get up at 2:30. I'm like, shit, I've been up since 1:30 this morning.
Oh my
You know?
God. God bless y'all,
Also,
man.
hey
I'm finna
man,
lay it down, man.
no, it's all good, man. So I just wanted to say, man, number one, all us go so far back, man. It's crazy. And Tara and I, man, we go back like spinal cords and car seat. And Danny, I was telling the story about you today when I was at school. I was talking to Tweez and a couple of other guys that competed in the competition. And I said, man, I've been doing this for so long. Before Danny came on to Anders' team, when I was on Anders, I remember him sitting on the side of the stage, right? Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I'm like, yo, man, who's this Hispanic kid right here with all of this extra energy? Like he just drank like 7 volts, right? And you know what? But honestly, man, the blessing is, man, that we have a platform to share this information on. And shout out to all you guys out there for inspiring. And Danny, me and you was messaging earlier today, man. I just want to say thank you for all the love and the consideration that you have for students. We had a little small chat about some of the stuff that was going on online, and I kind of played it back a little bit too, but I think that we always talk about like having these conversations and things like that, but there's a whole nother layer to the hair show. Opinions are the weakest commodity known to man. They mean absolutely nothing, right? And everybody has their own opinion about shows versus expos or whatever the case may be. But I can only talk about my journey a little bit. I met Ivan Zoot, right? We talk about black barbers and expos and mentors and stuff like that. But I know, in my time, I knew plenty of black barbers that was out there operating on the top of their game and wouldn't give nobody no play. I'm gonna keep it a buck too, right? So this white Jewish guy, right, talk fast as shit. I met him in Tunica. I met him in Tunica, Mississippi, right? One of those off shows nobody even know about, right? We at the Barbers International Convention. Me, Kamal Nuru, a couple other guys. You know what I'm saying? We out there, and I remember Ivan came up to me. He said, "Hey man, I saw your class. Would you mind shooting a video for me?" And this is when President Barack Obama had just got elected the first term. And it was like, well, they want me to do this little thing on how to recreate his haircut for Anders, but of course, I'm not a texture expert. Would you shoot it for me? Being the person that I am and stuff like that, I did it in one take. And he said, hey, man, I'm going to call you next week. 2 weeks go by. I'm at the International Beauty Show in New York. My first ever gig with Anders. Ivan threw me to the wolves. I talk shit about him to this day about that, but that was the opportunity, right? So I talk to my students all the time about this. Opportunities don't go away to go to somebody else. And when you have the opportunity to showcase your skills, talent, your name, image, and likeness, go out and do it, right? So, for me, when I talk to my students, because I think a lot of times people misinterpret what barber schools are, right? And what barber schools teach. I'm not one of those barber school owners that just only teach my students to pass the board. We talk about business, we talk about taxes, we talk about shows, right? And the main conversation that I had with my students that even competed, even the ones that didn't win, I said, listen, if you got first place, third place, or you was just on that stage, right? You got to learn how to leverage these opportunities, right? You
Yes.
go through, I'll tell you, man, and this is not a flex, it's not a brag. I met with those young men this morning, and I said, hey, listen, I got a social media plan and a strategy for you guys to use, because initially, and you guys know how it is when you go to shows, you got 48 hours to turn those connections, relationships, whatever the case may be, into some type of return on your investment. It needs to have some type of liquidity to it, right? So I met with them young men, and you should see their social media. They're tagging the right people. They're doing carousels. They're posting the videos, right? Because if in fact there's a brand or somebody, and even if it's not a brand, right? There was something said in the podcast about how being in competitions and expos don't help you to become a better barber, or it doesn't give you any leverage or build a clientele, right? That's not true at all.
Nope.
Anytime that I would go, like when I won NAHA Educator of the Year, and we can talk about NAHA and all that stuff another time, because I know people got to go to bed. DJ just ghosted us on some bullshit, but
He did
but
the
one of
Russian
the
exit.
yeah, oh, Irish goodbye. He just rolled
Yeah,
out.
that's
He
what it
didn't
was.
even say
Irish
nothing,
goodbye. That's what
right?
it was.
Kids is calling, you know what I mean? But I can honestly say this. So, when I was nominated for Men's Hairstylist of the Year in 2017, I didn't win. Whitney Viermer from Andis back in the day, Andy, you know who I'm talking about, right? She won.
Yeah.
I'm crushed. I'm thinking to myself like, I'm the man, right? You know what I'm saying? All this in my mind, whatever the case may be. But I used that nomination to then start working for other companies, right? Creating collections, American Salon. I worked for Pivot Point. At the time, I was working for Andis, right? And it's not about being brand heavy. I think that a lot of people that are on the outside looking in, when you work for a brand, it's not, the brand doesn't sell itself.
Mm-hmm.
You sell the brand, right? You're the face of whatever that brand is. So when people have this misconception that we're enslaved by the brand, Danny worked for 3 companies. I've written curriculum that's all over the world for Pivot Point off of a nomination, not even a win. This was before Educator of the Year, right? So let's make sure that we're spreading a message that is empowering, that encourages collaboration, that encourages friendship. And then at the end of the day, we can all grow, right? At the International Beauty Show this year, they had what they call a Powerhouse Pavilion. It was only for Black educators. But if you don't go, you don't know, right? Tara, we did our interview for your podcast right in the Barber House. Danny, me and you kicked it right inside of the thing. Sean Casey, my guy, he was in there too. So
Yep.
let's make sure that we getting facts straight, and let's not weaponize people who are working with brands and attending shows and making it look like it's like a hoax or something like that. Let's empower that person and let's ask questions. Hey, yo, how do I do this? Or whatever the case may be. But the ego of a man will be the death of him. And now I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna just drop the mic right
Salute,
there
my brother.
on that.
I need you
Thank
to
you,
come
And
up on the
Project. I needed
podcast,
you
though.
on
We got
this,
to
bro.
get your
Thank you.
story,
Thank
my
you. Thank
man.
you. I know he had a good one.
listen, I am 100% an open book, and I just want to say again, thank y'all so much. Hair Lab Detroit Barber School in Detroit. Danny, you was there. We took half of the school, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They was
We
deep.
packed
They
up
was deep.
listen, man. It was a show that was close, and I'm like, hey, y'all got to go to this show. You got to compete. It wasn't about like money or nothing like that. Like I was like, if you got the drive and determination, if you want to go to the show, we're gonna make a way for you to go to the show. And everybody pulled their weight. Everybody pulled together, man. We had 31 students there. And here's the deal, and then I got to really go. And this is definitely a flex. This was a professional competition. Professional competition. You hear my student talking about holding the shears correctly? I'm making sure that they are barbers for real. Number one, first off, right? It was a professional competition. I had 3 students compete. Out of the students, I got a first and a
Good
third.
one. Yeah.
So when people talk shit about barber schools and what barber schools aren't teaching, come to the right schools.
Yep.
Come to
Salute.
Detroit, 313. What up, though?
What up, dog?
Let's go.
What up, my brother?
What up? What
Broderick,
up?
love you, my brother.
What
Love
up,
you. Love you.
baby?
Salute.
Hey,
Appreciate
So,
y'all,
you.
man. Love, peace, and
Roger,
hair grease,
appreciate you,
man.
my brother.
Love y'all,
The
man. Be blessed.
the reason why I wanted to get Hive on here was because for those of you that don't know, there was an incident that happened at one of the expos that if it was me, I would be so tight that I'd be like, fuck that, I ain't never going to none of these shits again. Or support certain ones. And you was at another one probably like the next week, right? And sometimes that could give you bad feelings towards the industry, bad feelings towards people. That could even make you say, you know what, I'm gonna just go back to what I gotta do and fuck all the other bullshit. But you still, every show you up there giving a check out, promoting the brand, and you in it to win it, right? Tell the people, no matter if you may feel salty, you still gonna come and show out.
And I'll tell you this, man. You know, I joined the military when I was a young man after I was already involved in barbering because my recruiter convinced me, go see the world. Brooklyn will be here waiting for you. There'll be another barber shop on every corner. And it convinced me to move. But I learned working even through that organization is that a lot of times it's not the organization, it's the people within the organization. Barbering is an industry, just like the military is an industry. It has a different job, you know, and it taught me that, you know, if you want to create change, it's easy to gripe at the bottom. Go ahead and get promoted, get to the top, and then introduce those new thoughts and concepts and ideas that would bring Marines together. And you know, when I first joined the military, I was in a melting pot of black and Asian and American and Filipino, Latino. We're all on this, you know, in this struggle together, trying to, you know, climb out of the bucket and advance in promotion and, you know, just be great and learn and be a sponge. And, you know, and I appreciate what you guys are doing, because the conversation isn't about race. The conversation is about texture. When you look across the board in this industry, right? And first of all, let's talk about hate. You know, hate, regardless, will excel somebody, because when a person starts to hate, the people in the circle have different mental capacities that say, wait a minute, everything you're hating about is what I'm looking for in this industry. So they tap in. You understand? And they create brand awareness, because the yin and the yang must exist. For every one person who owns a Lambo, I'll show you 1,000 that can't stand it. Or Prada, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes. But the one thing that's consistent with all of those major corporations is that it's got to come through the inner city community to be successful, because we are the biggest spenders. The black and the brown community has the highest frequency in this industry. What does that mean? That means that per capita, my clients see me 20 to 1, 30 to 1 on their doctors and dentists combined on an annual basis. So these shows, we got to promote the idea, because I've watched barbers get off stage with a bad attitude. He might have lost, but now he loses again that opportunity, because the brand that might have appreciated his work now is like, wait a minute, he got a nasty attitude. I don't even want to deal with him. And the guy who won
Absolutely.
first place, he ruins the opportunity, because now he's uncoachable. Like, yo, you're a good barber, but selling a product doesn't require barbering. It requires networking. It requires relationships. It requires, how many times you hire somebody to come do work at the booth, and the barber at the booth is doing a 2-hour fade and spends 2 minutes talking about the product. He lost his audience.
He forgot who was paying him to be there.
Exactly. So he assumes he's there to do this 2-hour ball fade and suck up followers on Instagram. And then the brand owner's like, yo, I'm not paying you for doing a 2-hour ball fade and collecting 200 Instagram followers. You didn't explain the product, or you didn't take the
Yes.
time to educate yourself on the product. You know, is it water-based? Is it oil-based? Is it non-comedogenic? You know, talk about the application process. You got to go right into the work. So barbering is only 10% of a show. 90% of what you do with a brand is awareness, communication, networking, and then sharing other thoughts, other tips, and other ideas. I'm not just selling you on my product. I want to talk about a hot towel, because that's going to prep the natural work for the next level. I want to talk about that facial and that black mass peel and building tickets. If the average barber comes to a show and picks up a product that will at least raise the ticket $5 per service on an average of 8 to 10 clients per day, that's a $15,000 minimum annual increase to your salary. Most
Talk it.
people got to go to college for 4 years to get that, and we give you that in a 3-hour educational seminar. And if you do that once a year and go to a show with the mindset that I'm going to find this one product to spike the ticket $5 every year, congratulations, you'll give yourself a minimum $10,000 to $15,000 increase without taking on another client, because you're introducing new techniques that are being taught on stage. So for me, I think that the biggest win in all of this is that, you know, it takes people who have been here, because now guys like me who's in my 40s, I'm passing the torch to the young kid, and I feel like barbering is being passed down into better hands, because we understand how barbering is now being monetized.
Yep.
This was a cash in, cash out business post pandemic, pre-pandemic. You know, the government considered us non-essential because nobody was reporting taxes, right? And so now with the idea of all these digital platforms that are tracking and monetizing all these services, they peeled back the onion on a multi-billion-dollar industry. And so
Yep.
everybody's awake now. And so it's our job to relax and understand this money has always been here. You know what I'm saying? You just now figuring it out. And the industry will wash out who don't belong here. You know that. Them them clippers, them JRLs and them stuff, that should be on offer up in a week if it doesn't work out for the barbers. Because honestly, you know, tools are tools. But it's time and repetition and consistency that breeds excellence. You know, that clipper in my hand, probably worth $100 a cut. That clipper in Victorino's hand is 5,500 according to DJ Khaled. Or A-Rod out in fucking the Middle East, hitting everybody up for 6, 7 bands, 10 bands. I mean, these guys, these guys have learned to understand their own value. You know, and so I'm appreciative of you guys just even inviting me in. I travel the country and I deal with a lot of different organizers, but I'm gonna leave everybody with this. When it comes to a barber battle and an expo, those are two different, like a barber and a barber shop owner, those are two different jobs. A good barber battle packs the stage and can consistently pack the stage. A good expo now focuses on the vendors and creates more excitement around the stage where everybody there, regardless how much money you got to be able to do demonstrations to keep the crowd in that motion. The only demonstrations on stage of the haircuts, you're in trouble. Guys like JRL, brands like Coco, brands like Heavy, brands like, you know, everyone in the industry who's bringing that value needs to be up in the forefront, you know, and so you know, these sponsored brands and these sponsored barbers is just another verticality of income within this industry that's always been there. You know, you could be a shop owner, you could be in a suite, you could be this, and I don't knock any business model. Do what works best for you and your family, because at the end of the day, happiness is not driven by a dollar amount. Happiness is driven by peace and tranquility and access and travel. You know, the things that most people take for granted, you know, it comes to us easily because I never lose money per hour. I just put it on pause till I get back, and that client's waiting on me because he understands the service I've created. You know?
We salute you, my brother. You said more than what we could say, but you broke it down in a way that needed to be said.
Thank you, thank you,
And
thank you.
we appreciate you for that, because I know, and those that's watching should know, that both of you gentlemen go around to every single show doing exactly what God instilled you guys to do, and your voices are so echoing in those halls, in those rooms, and there's a reason why we all got the same type of energy.
Yeah.
This
Speaking of
energy
energy,
resonates
bro,
to others.
you know I got energy, but if
Yes, sir.
anybody got more energy than me, and you just saw him turn the button on, and that shit stayed on for 10 minutes, it's fucking heavy.
It's
And
Yeah,
love,
I'll
man.
never forget being in CT. I was on stage next to him. He was at his booth, and normally he got his booth by himself, but he don't need nobody. He got his motion.
that's
And
right.
bro, he was talking that same shit. And I went over there, started to record him because I was inspired by listening to him. And he was like, man, I remember I used to be in the back. Now I'm in the front, and celebrity barbers like him record me. I was like, talk that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? That's what it boils down to, man. Like, you know, you don't know what God has in store for you. You just following your passion. This all started over passion. And so barbers have to be mindful that while you're chasing the passion of these styles and you're chasing the passion of your craft, you gotta infuse the business of barbering. Barbering and the business of barbering are two conversations that most barbers ain't ready for, regardless of skin tone. This is about texture, because the book says to make a millionaire, you got to introduce 7 verticalities of income. So for a barber, that's black hair, white hair, Asian hair, Mexican hair, no hair, wants hair, facials, hot mask, black mask peels, you know, just scalp micropigmentation, all the things that we offer from the neck up as a barber, working on the 2 largest cells in the body of hair and skin, immediately put you in the same trajectory as a doctor. We just been tied to the hip hop community, and we gotta shake that shit. I mean, it's cool. Hip hop is cool. I still wear J's and I still got my hat on backwards and all that. But I believe that, you know, when heart surgeons have a seminar and come together, they're in polo shirts and khakis, and they're discussing multi-million-dollar ways of monetizing the cosmetic side of surgery. We are now also introducing the cosmetic side of surgery as a barber, because even in prison, due to the sanitation side of what we do as barbers, you'll get a haircut. So there's the medical side of barbering and there's the cosmetology side of barbering. Either side you on, whether you're in a barber school just doing hygienic services for under $10, or you're sitting on, you know, some platform backstage working on a celebrity ready for a front cover shoot, you know, you got to understand that there's levels to this. I know a barber that charges $500 to provide services to some of the deceased. The families call him up because he specializes on working on dead bodies. And he might do one a day at 500, 300, two a day, whatever the case is, but he still got his normal clientele, his living clientele. And you know, the price changes. That bottle of water at Walmart's $1. That bottle of Walmart at the show's $5. That bottle of water on J Majors' G5 Jets, $50. The bottle of water didn't change, the location changed, so the value changes. And so if you want to create value for yourself, you got to go to that barbershop you work at, take a mental pause, look around and ask yourself, is this the last stop for me? Because that's the conversation I had to have with myself. Is this the last stop for me? And I took off and left to the military. And it was one of the best things I did because it also created more diversity in my abilities to provide services when I had different military members let me knock them off, you know, and I never had that type of clientele before because it just wasn't available in my community. It was predominantly Black and Hispanic, but then you get into the Asian and Filipino style of hair, and you know, it just, you know, those the different textures, man, and that's what we need to promote. We need to promote the and celebrate all textures of hair. This is not about black or white, but you know, if I went to the basketball court and I saw a black guy dunk the ball, I'd be like, all right, cool. But I see a Filipino 5'5" put it through his legs and bang it, I'm gonna say, wow. So, you know, when I talk to some of the barbers, I tell them, change the status quo. If you're a black barber, let me see you slide some 5.5-inch shears across that stage and blow everybody's mind. If you're a white barber, let me see you arm wrestle them waves and get that blurry taper and bang it with some color and lay down that product. Because honestly, color has been here since the days of Egypt. You go back to any Egyptian movie and they used it for two reasons. One, to separate themselves from common folks, and two, to immediately identify themselves as royalty and look younger. And we still use it today in the black community. It's just different technology and different forms of chemicals that are now providing either a permanent or semi-permanent solution at the most efficient scale based on the tools we have. So that's the evolution of life, and it's going to continue to evolve, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. I feel like a pioneer, and I'm just chasing my legacy. You know, Jay Majors is right. He's made a lot of millionaires, and I may not have $1 million, but that was my top line last year. You know what I'm saying? And so this industry's wide open. I wish that more barbers did come out, but it's going to require us to go get them. It's going to require us to have to sometimes go down into those trenches and pull them up and bring the show to them. And I think, you know, the best organizers do that. They go to all the hair schools. They put a street team together. They you know, that's what it takes. If you think you're going to pop the crowd off of just a quick post or a quick story or a quick reel, you got to go to the trenches. You got to go shake hands. You got to go create that immediate connection.
Facts. You said it best, my brother. We appreciate you for coming on board. Y'all know who to go
Thank you,
find. Y'all know
fellas.
who to go check out. You drop nothing but gems tonight, my brother. And we scissor salute you. Barber
Yes,
Love
sir.
over here, you heard?
Yo, I love the conversation. I think we need more of it. And this is just the beginning. I can see this conversation growing. The energy's right. You got all the right personalities. And every time I see you guys out in the street, man, there's always love, whether you're on stage or in the back trying to swallow a taco. You know, it's always love with everybody, man. And so congratulations. And I'm going to see you guys around, man. For sure. I'll see you
Heavy
in
love, my
Vegas. I'll
brother.
be there.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you,
Bobby, what's
man.
good, my
All
brother?
right, peace.
What's going on? OG, what's cracking?
What's good, my boy?
Man, oh man, shit, OG, I've been inside, man. I'm a daddy and shit now, OG. I don't know how the fuck that happened. It just
And
happened.
it's okay,
But
bro. It's
yeah.
part of the process, my brother.
Yeah, I'm in, but
That's
I'm
one of the
back out.
most beautiful jobs ever.
Hey, but I'm coming back outside though soon. But let me chime in because I
Wait, hold on,
saw
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, Bobby. Bobby.
Hold on, I gotta get some
Bobby.
water. I need a drink
Bobby.
too.
No, listen. We got an OG barber in the building, man.
man, I'm
Listen, we
just
got an
myself, man.
OG barber in the building. I'm not gonna let you just come on and just talk your shit like you're not an OG barber, bro. Right?
I'm Bobby, man. I'm Bobby.
You Bobby, but
I'm Bobby, man. I'm Bobby.
you an OG barber, so I
Yeah.
gotta. So when I see another OG barber, I gotta pull out the award because everybody don't get it. There's gonna be more people that's gonna receive it, but we OGs because we offer game. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
appreciate
I
that.
gotta
I wholeheartedly do, man.
I gotta say that first and foremost.
I wholeheartedly appreciate that. But I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
chime
shit
in
now.
for a minute. I'm gonna chime in for a minute because I did see the conversation, and I put my post out there because one thing about the hair show game, I speak from strictly experience. I started out doing this. I got my first opportunity when Kevin seen me perform at a cut party, and the girl was giving me a lap dance, and I was cutting the design on the back of her head. And that got me working with one of the. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you can work for Kevin Kirk, you can work for any fucking body. I don't give a damn who it is. You can work for anybody. You work for him. So, do hair shows create opportunities for people? Yes. Yes they do. They create opportunities for people. Does it make you a better barber? Hell yeah. Because back when I was doing it, it wasn't no 5 and 10. Now you got your 5 and 10 at your local shows, but when you on Bronner Brothers, there's 30 people up there. 30 people on stage. And what really makes it hard is you not cutting with your clippers. You're getting something that Andis give you. And you got 30 minutes to do what you got to do. And you got 1 minute to settle and adjust them. And I've seen people cut shapes in people's heads, Adidas signs in people's heads with all those things. And only 3 people won. 3. And at that time in the industry, Bronner Brothers was the highest achievement you could possibly get outside of Naha and the premieres and all those other types of things like that. And I'm blessed to be one of the individuals that won that in 80 years, part of that 80-year legacy, and to go on to be the first barber to ever be invited to a hair battle. So when barbers say such as this ethnic group or that ethnic group had to use shears as a hairstylist slash barber, I use shears with pixie cuts. I use shears with bobs. I use it when I'm doing my silk presses and some of everything. The thing, there is some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with, but destroying the barber hair show industry, man, that would destroy a lot. That would put a true damper on what we do.
Yes.
Because as a former competitor, educator, and everything else, and I'm still all of the above, the hair shows is what really give us light and what gives us energy. It really does. Now, the representation part, yeah, cool, yada, yada, yada. We can talk about all that behind closed doors and we can come to a solution because it needs to be solution based versus internet bashing towards each other. It needs to be solution based.
Yep.
But to the young guys out there that's doing it, because Danny had his time when they was doing the cool modis and all that right there. Me and you got our times with the undercut designs and the fiber enhancements, and these guys got their time. Everybody has their time and their place in this, and it all circles around. It all circles around, man. We all clever just on different levels, man. We all clever just on different levels. But don't let the support of each other, don't let and all these things go away. Because if they go away, man, you're gonna destroy something that's very beautiful. We just got here. Barbers, understand this. We just got here. The hairstylists ran the barber and beauty industry for years. They ran it. It was so. I'm gonna tell you how bad the hairstylist ran the game. Babyless was only selling damn curling irons and flat irons for a long fucking time.
And blow
A
dryers.
long time. And blow dryers. That was back when Babyless was a Quaj, Rusk, and a host of everything. Danny, I might be showing my age a little bit, but that's perfectly
It's all
okay.
right, my brother. You're
That's
giving
perfectly
history.
okay.
It's a fact
That's
here. It's
how
a
long
fact.
they've been running the game. It wasn't until the skeleton clippers and the gold FX clippers came out when barbering really just took off.
There
That's
were
when
three
barbering
major
just took
clipper
off.
companies.
3
Three.
major clipper companies. Yeah, it wasn't number 3. It
Three.
wasn't number 3 for the youngsters on here that don't know. You either had a Wall Senior, or Anders Master, or Oyster Fast Feed. That's all you had, and you had a great Anders trimmer, whatever clipper you had chose. So we came a long way. We really have, and again, the narrative is if you won't touch it, don't touch it. There's some things you agree with, there's some things you don't agree with. I'm like I talked to DJ, I'm solution based. And how do you get a jack to come out here and tell these young people how to do what they do and how to inspire them and do more? Because there's got to be more of that. I don't think people are bad. I just think people all have their own opinions and takes about everything. Some go, some don't. Some stay behind a chair forever. Some do this, some do that. It's 4.5 billion people on the face of this earth, but you're not going to impress everybody.
Nope.
But I just know when I seen Kevin flying in the sky at Bronner Brothers and that voice in my head saying, "Man, you should be here." That's why I'm here, and I'm gonna be here forever. And you ain't really been to a damn hair show till you see somebody flying in the air doing some damn hair at the Bronner Brothers show. That was some amazing shit right there. And the one time I went to CT, I'm gonna tell you how bad CT was. I went to CT sometime. I don't think no damn body from America placed in the competition. I'm just being honest with you. That's how global and how big it was. So it is magic in that, man. Just because we may disagree with each other, just because we don't touch something, don't mean this industry shouldn't be together. Because I'm here for everybody. This one of my OGs right here that I looked up to. Hell, I was in the crowd when he was yelling to the top of his damn lungs on the end of the stage and shit like that. I was in the crowd. You know, Kenny is like Kenny is the one guy. Now you may need a calculator or some shit to decipher what the hell Kenny talking about sometimes, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Like so, man. I like what the youngsters is doing. I do like it, and shit. I actually want to come out of retirement to go head up with them. I really do.
There
Because
we
that's a
go.
competitor
That's
to me. I
that's
actually want to come out to go head up with them. There's several of them that I really want to go head up with, just to see if I'm still there.
see if you
Because
still
bro,
got it. See if you
yeah,
still
because
got
we can learn from the
it.
young people. The young people can learn from us. It's
All
all
day.
about it in that connect thing. You know, because a snake gonna be a snake. I don't give a damn what color he is. And OG, no, I had a specific beef with somebody that he told me not to do it, and after that, I just left it alone. And he knew about it. I didn't know he knew about it, but I knew he knew. He told me he knew about it, and I left it alone. That's the beauty of this game, man. That's the beauty of it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I grew up watching Al Millions. That was how I came up in the game. Al Millions was the guy when I came up, and when I got not when I'm a part of his Hall of Fame, OG Barber Conference. That was the highlight of my career right there. Don't shit else matter no more because the guy that I grew up watching recognized me. That was the highlight of my
Facts.
career. Now, am I gonna win Naha one day? You damn skip it, because I'm far from done. I've been working on this shit for 6 years now. How I'm gonna approach now, how I'm gonna do it, and all that right there. Am I gonna do that? You damn skip it. Am I gonna go to the higher stages and shit like that as Alpha Series Pro, the guy? Because a lot of companies told me no. A lot of people, a lot of companies, my color, your color, this color, shit. Some of them whiter than damn Michael Jackson before the ABC 1 2 3 song. They told me no. That no right there lit a fire in my ass. I said, okay, cool. I don't got to be a part of the company. I'm going to start my own. I saved my money, got my credit right, and bam, Alpha Series Pro is out here. And OG buy my products when I'm at the hair show. Kenny buy my products at the hair show. All my OGs like my shit. And I got your package on the way, bro. So
You know
there's
that?
no level to this. There's no level to this, what you
I
do.
see what it is.
There's no
It's
levels to this shit to what you do. There's no levels to this. You can do whatever you want to do, but the one thing that I will say about this industry, I really want people to understand: the business versus the craft. Learn the business side of it. Learn the
yep,
business side of it because you are way more than what you know. Way
yep,
more than what you know.
I call it turn your passion into a paycheck. End of the
Exactly.
day, we all got into this originally, and it was not a numbers game. It was not $100 haircut game.
It
It was
wasn't.
because we all were into graffiti. We all listened to hip hop. We were all into music. We were all into the culture, and haircuts came with the culture.
Exactly.
And we did it because it was a cultural thing. I'm from the era we got fresh, bro. Look at me
Oh yeah.
behind me. Like I still enjoy getting fresh. I don't care. Like I
Shit
shake
too.
myself up twice a week, bro. You know,
Hey,
never gonna catch me slacking.
hey,
I
never.
got somewhere to go. I'm gonna be right. So that's the era I came from, bro. We came from the dope boy era where you drove
Exactly.
dope cars. You had, you know what I mean? And I still have this mentality. You see my old schools, I don't play
Oh
no
yeah.
games, bro. Because that's still
Oh
my
yeah.
mentality. I still love that, you know? But now that I'm still doing something that I love and went from a $12 haircut to being able to charge way more than a haircut, but working a trade show for one weekend, I make more than I do a whole month doing haircuts.
Exactly. And,
So
and,
when
and, and what a
someone
lot of
tells you, don't listen, man, I cut hair because I want to, not because I have to.
and that's the
But
love of the game. That's the love of the
I
game.
love exactly. I love the
The
game and
love
it
of the
keeps me
game.
grounded. So when I leave a trade show and I get to kick it with you for an hour, I get to kick it with you for an hour. We get to talk about hair for hours because you're around like-minded people. And now you gave me an idea. You gave me some energy. You gave me some inspiration. I'm gonna bring that shit back home and we all eat together. You in your city, you in your city, you in mine, and we all created an idea that's gonna work for us all. And if I wasn't in that room with y'all, I wouldn't get this energy from y'all, and I wouldn't have this drive to want to do more. Because in my city, people are like, yo, D, you do a lot, bro. I think so
yep,
until around people that are doing more than me.
yep.
And when I'm
Exactly.
around them, I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing enough. And when
Cause
I
let me
get
tell
back
you,
home, I'm gonna get back on my shit and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And that's why 15 years later, I'm still in these rooms, bro, because I still enjoy it. But I'm not an asshole. I'm a people person. I'm relatable and I'm a hard worker. And you want my job, bro? Good luck, because I will outwork you any
let me tell you,
motherfucking day.
let me tell you something, OG, and I got a story to tell y'all. And it started with this right here. It started with this very little topic that's taking the industry by storm. My OG Kevin called me. He said, "Boy, you really starting some shit on there." And he said, "I can't be mad at you because you're telling the truth." But he was like, "This is my side of the story." But he said, "Bobby, I wanna apologize about something." And he said, "And I got an opportunity for you because in my honest opinion, me and Kevin Kirk is two of America's most wanted. Like it's nothing bigger than both of us. No shade to anybody else. It's nothing bigger than both of us, the Kirk brothers." So this opportunity about me telling everybody we need to come back together and be as one because this shit we fighting over is petty as fuck and we losing our industry. We losing our industry because I'm gonna be honest with you. Until you really go to these shows, you really gonna see some shit you ain't seen. Black people do black people shit. Hispanic people do Hispanic people shit. White people do white people shit. Let's keep it a buck 50 with you. The shit is everywhere. It's everywhere. But my brother called me and told me, he said, "Hey man, you think the Kirk brothers can do it again?" He said, "Look, bro, I done already put the money up. I want you to get paid for what I know you can do. Let's Alpha Series Pro and Kirk Pro team up and bring the biggest fucking jam session we could ever bring to Birmingham, Alabama." So if you saying we can't work together and we can't be together, that's bullshit. Because we can. It's just the shit got to be addressed and it's got to be solved so we can all come back to this. Because I love all y'all. I love all of y'all. And I can't even accept the fact that I'm an OG because my OG right here and I'm still a fan of him. I still laugh when I see him and Kenny. I can't even accept the fact of who the hell I really am in this game because I'm still a fan of these guys. I'm still a fan. I still love this game. You know, and I love Cole to death too. You know, I love him to death. I love what he did to spark this because see what this really did is bringing us back together. That's what it's really doing to me is bringing us back together where we can all talk to each other. We ain't got to be behind the keyboard all the time. We ain't got to act like we everybody else. It's bringing us back to the point of where we got to talking. Now we gonna air some shit out between each other, but we talking to each other and we being together again ever since the pandemic. Because like I told Kevin, I'm not praying with nobody. I'm profiting with people. So if you're gonna be in this room with me during the pandemic, you need to be in this same motherfucking room with me right now, and that's forever.
That's real.
I
And I'm trying to
appreciate
be
that.
in. I'm trying to be in this room with all y'all. I want to be in there with all of us. I don't give a damn what our opinions is, but the one thing that keeps us together forever, and that's the art of barbering and the love of the game.
I thank you, my brother. And I want to say, I want to end this with this. I speak to so many barbers that's been doing it for 20, 30 years that got complacent, that got to the point where they don't got no more fire in them. And they say the reason why they still doing it is because they went to a hair show and they got a refresher and and they got some new wings on their back to still love to pick up the clippers and stand behind the chair. And it's times like these that we need to go to a hair show, to be around the like-minded people that's there for the love of hair and cutting. And when you leave that show and you go back to where you live and you cut at, you have a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of moving because you have changed your mindset for that moment that's going to change it for the rest of your life. And we need to be there. Hair shows is very important. It's very vital to not just to the culture, but to the people. We need to come together to just slap high fives and laugh because the pandemic made everybody so antisocial and that we can't talk to nobody to the point where we just walking past people like it's nothing. And these hair shows is where we could be in one room and be able to laugh and have a great time and say, I love this. I go to hair shows because I love it. I go and I network because I love it. I love to meet new barbers and young barbers and OG barbers. Then you've been cutting 30 years and you still doing it. You look good. You look amazing. So I'm going to just leave it with that. It ain't going nowhere because we're going to continue to keep it growing and we're going to keep having the conversation and we're going to keep those that paved the way for us that's still in the industry that's keeping it going. We're going to uplift J Majors. We're going to uplift Lee. We're going to make sure that the young barbers know exactly who these people are and why they doing it because they didn't have to. They didn't have to do the expo. They didn't have to do a BarberCon. Keizo from the New York City barber battle didn't have to, because that's my OG. I learned the barber battles from Keizo, and I was the one that would get there early and say, "Do you need help?
I
Do you need me
remember that.
to set up some
Did you
tables,
know,
some
Yeah,
chairs?"
I
Sarah?
remember
Did
that.
you know? Did you know the CT Expo wasn't always the CT Expo?
Oh,
Did you?
bro, I was
Did
there since
no?
day
Did
one.
no? No, no. This is the history I want to give you guys. See, we got a lot of history. See, and another part of the narrative is that hasn't been addressed. We talking about the expos right now. The
Yeah,
CT Expo wasn't always the CT Expo. Warner
no,
Brothers was on a fucking hole in the wall on side the road somewhere before it became the largest hair show ever. Premiere was the same way. Everything has its starting points. So until you understand your starting points, then you're going to understand where you are today. And then
yep,
once you go back and realize what really made you pick those slippers up and the love and the passion that you have for it, you'll forever have that fire burning in you. It's called self-check and reality check. Self-check yourself. Stop getting mad at what the internet's saying, which I wish that shit would crash and burn, because I kind of miss the days when you tear a magazine page out and you knew how to get there. But other than that, it's a great thing too. But understand this, man. It took all of us to get it where it is today. It's gonna take all of us to keep it going that way. All of us, no matter what the fuck our opinions is, it's gonna take all of us to do that. This shit
right.
bigger than me, man. That's just my take on it. It's bigger than me.
Yeah.
I thank you, my brother. Danny, my brother, do you have anything to say before we close out?
I just want to tell you, man, do what makes sense for you. Because when my first trade show, like I said, when I went to Bronner, it was because I made a YouTube video and I reached out to Kenny and me and him built a great relationship. And he's like, D, you got to go to these hair shows. And I'm like, for what? And he's like, what you make the YouTube video for? People want to see the guy behind the video. And I'm like, really? Like, who the hell want to see me? Who cares? Until I walked in the Javits Center, and I swear I was in the Javits Center for 3 minutes. Homie walked up to me. He's like, "You Danny from YouTube?" And I'm like, I guess." He was like, "Can we get a picture?" That was like the first mind blowing moment to me. Like, somebody actually cares to take a picture with me. I'm just a guy from Jersey that cuts hair. But I created a YouTube video that I wasn't trying to sell nothing, bro. Like if you look at my first YouTube video, that's like my Illmatic to me. You know what I mean? That's my original first, and then I could never do better than that. It's always the one. And I still get guys today like, yo, D, bro, those YouTube videos changed my life. And those YouTube videos changed mine. And if I didn't listen to Kenny and go to that hair show and see what it was and jump on that stage at Bronner Brothers and feel what it is to be an educator, I wouldn't be here in 2025 still today talking this shit and still enjoying what I do, bro. I was just in, like I said, Ohio 2 days ago. Was up at 6. I was in the room by 7:30. My class was at 9. I was done by 10. I was back on stage at 1. I was done by 2. I had to host the student battle by 4. I was in the airport by 6. Like, I ain't complaining. It's first world problems, but I'm telling you, this is what it comes with. And I've had a lot of people come with me because they see it looks cool on Instagram. They see it looks fun. But can you jump on that BarberCon stage at 8:30 in the morning in front of 100+ people and keep them captivated for an hour? Can you not
Sometimes,
say
sometimes 7,
14 times? You know what I'm
sometimes
saying?
7,
100%.
sometimes
And you
7.
got to perform and give them the same energy, bro. So same thing with BarberCon. I was on the stage at 8:30, done by 9:30, ran to have breakfast. I was on stage with Bones by 1 o'clock, done by 2 o'clock, at the booth 4 o'clock, doing a hands-on class till 6 o'clock, finished packing. We tried to get dinner at 8:30. Everything was closed. We had to eat in the lobby, the nasty shit that we ate the day before, but made it to the after party. And I was at the after party around like-minded people, and I didn't care. I was tired, but I didn't care. I told Angie, even the night before, I was at the hotel. We had dinner with the company. I kicked it with Bones for like 2 hours because I never get to hang out with Bones or even let alone speak to him. Then I ran into my man Eric Cheek. I was tired. I needed to go to bed, but I don't get to see my bro often either. It was 1:30 in the morning. I was like, bro, I gotta go to bed. But this conversation was valuable, and I got up 6 o'clock in the morning like nothing happened because my passion woke me up. And I came back home and I slept good on Tuesday. I got over it. So
Right.
guys, man, never listen to people that tell you you shouldn't. Never be around negative people. Create your own goals. Set your own goals. And sometimes if you got to hop on an airplane and go to these hair shows by yourself, do it. Because, Tara, until you saw me hanging with DJ, you ain't never seen me with nobody, bro.
Nope.
I ain't coming no crew. I ain't coming no, like, even my barbers. I got 3 barbershops, bro. And I've had a very small amount of barbers coming me to these shows. But even that, my partner, was starting to travel with me, coming to shows, battling, competing. I remember he competed in Miami. DJ Khaled's Barber was in the building at the time. His man's Rich, my brother Rich, in the celebrity barber, retired cutting hair, and his clients had to go somewhere. And if I didn't go to that hair show, he would have never met me. He called me. I'm working at a hair show. I couldn't do it. I was like, hold on. I got somebody that can. I called my partner, and I was like, remember the guy that did 3 haircuts in 15 minutes? That's the guy that I'm going to send to cut Khaled. And he was like, okay, I trust him. So now he's Khaled's barber, Rick Ross's barber. This would have never happened if he ain't competed at Barber Expo.
Yep.
So everybody's got a story. Create your own. And don't let anybody tell you what you shouldn't do, where you shouldn't be. Because like I said, first they ask you why, then they ask you how.
I thank you, my brother. Listen, man, this your boy Terry the Barber. We got Bobby Harris in the building. We got Danny the Success Addict in the building. We had Roderick in here, Heavy in here. We had DJ Cuttit in here. We salute all of the OG barbers. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And we see you guys next time, baby. This is Razor Sharp Podcast, and we out. Peace. What's going on, people? It's your boy Terry the Barber, and I'm here to give you guys the Razor Sharp Podcast promo code for the Hex Pod. So run, don't walk to thehexpod.com. Select your purchases, go to checkout, and put the code RSPC10 to get 10% off in complete purchase. And any orders that's $300 or more gets free shipping. Go to thehexpod.com, put an RSPC10, and save some money.